Hi, in this video, we'll walk through the Device Information API in Acuity. First, let's log into Acuity to get some important parameters. To obtain the IP address and API token, first log into Acuity. From there, click on the Config dropdown. Next, click Integrations and External APIs. In the Focus Cloud Platform API, you'll find the WAN IP address. Make note of this to use in your API. Scrolling down on the bottom right-hand corner, you'll find the API token. Click on the blue View button to see the API token. After you've made note of the token, you can hide the token by hitting the button again. Now that we have these two important parameters, next, let's learn more about the API URL. The Device Information API endpoint offers comprehensive information about a specific device. This API is designed to provide key details about the device. Some of the details provided are device status. This is current operational status of the device. For example, active or inactive. Settings. Configurable parameters such as volume, brightness, and other device-specific settings. Metadata. This is information like the device name, unique identifier, and the last seen timestamp. To effectively use the API, it's crucial to understand the components of the URL and how to construct requests. Below is a breakdown of the URL structure. First is the protocol. This specifies the communication protocol to interact with the server. In this case, HTTPS. Next is the WAN IP address of the server where the API is hosted. Then is the port number. This specifies a specific endpoint on the server for the network communications. Port 8443 is often used for HTTPS traffic, especially when the standard HTTPS port 443 is not available or is being used for another purpose. The path is an API endpoint used to access detailed information about a specific device identified by the unique identifier. This specifies the exact resource you want to interact with. The server uses this path to determine how to process the request and which data to return. In this case, the path is API/device/device name. Finally, query parameters serve as a method to include additional information within a URL. They adhere to a key equals value format and are appended to the URL following a question mark. The token key is an authentication token that the server uses to validate the request. To test the API, you can make an initial call using tools like Postman. A successful response typically includes a status code indicating success, for example, status 200 OK, and the requested data in the response body. The sample request demonstrates how to access the Device Information API endpoint by making a GET request with a valid API key provided as a query parameter. A sample output is provided to illustrate the format and content of a successful API response. The Acuity user manual has a full description of each response parameter. This is an overview of the Device Information API in Acuity.